Hello, my beautiful beauties, my wonderful lovelies. A pleasant evening to you. All right, I think this is going to be my final part on, Minister Julian Robinson's speech. Yeah, I'm so happy for the 10-minute feature in terms of, when he can use the filter and whatever it is. All right, Minister Julian Robinson said something that I'm glad I left it for this. This is save the best for last. So, because of the brain drain, where people are leaving the country because they're tired of poverty, they eat poverty for breakfast, they eat poverty for lunch, they eat poverty for dinner, they eat poverty for supper. And people are tired of it. People can't watch themselves suffer any longer, so they leave for a better life. They leave because they want to be able to live longer and be happy since they only have one life. They're not like a cat that has 9 lives. Obviously, I'm joking. So, because of the brain drain, when you have a country where brain drain is rampant, it affects productivity, one, it affects growth, it affects development. The country can become underdeveloped, underskilled, or unskilled, and that's not good. That is unhealthy for a country. It's cancerous to the country, like a stage 4, if it becomes out of control. So what has happened is that the different government officials have decided that I don't know if they have made a definitive decision in importing, skilled workers, people with high IQ and emotional intelligence, I presume, and have the training, the expertise, the talents, the knowledge, the wisdom, the ability, the agility too, because you want to know that they're fit and ripe and right for the taking. Even though, government officials, I'm dedicating this to you. Even though you have a high concentrate of brain drain in the country, there's still maybe not a significant number, but perhaps I don't know what the figure is. But I'm sure that there is a significant number of educated, highly skilled, highly educated, highly talented, gifted, knowledgeable, wise people with high IQ, good emotional intelligence, all the wonderful abilities, and of course, agility in order to carry out different functions based on their area of speciality, based on their training, based on their passion, based on their wisdom. And, and my policy is you can learn, unlearn, and relearn, that many of us, and including me, yes, self praise is some level of recommendation. Paul says, do not think more highly of yourself than you ought to. So it is indicative of the fact that you are to think highly of yourself. If I'm made in the image and the likeness of God, who is mighty and great and big, and I'm a snippet of who he is. He said I was made wonderful and marvelous. He said that it was a good thing when he made you and I. Why should I not think highly of myself? Why should I not sell myself in the sense of becoming a great person? Now, I'm saying to you, government officials, that you have many of us who are highly educated or emotional intelligence, fair to good, and we can do the jobs. Yet, because we're not on auntie, brother, sister, cousin, gardener, weed whacker cutter, sister, picnic, mother, daughter, son, we can't seem to capture some of these wonderful jobs that you have to go all the way out of the shores of Jamaica to find people best suited. I'm sure that you must have some persons who are best suited here, still here in Jamaica. And gone are the days where you can send out resumes and get a response. That is a thing of the past. I can tell you that is either that or the postman decided not to carry mine. Or even if you send it via email, maybe the emails have bounced, even though I don't see a return mail. The number of educated people that are underpaid today, it is not funny. Students leave, whether it is UTech, predominantly UE, can hardly get jobs. What are we saying? What are we saying? And to import, I agree with Minister Robinson, look within. There's still skilled people. There's still people who are, and I'm not saying the ones who have left are not patriotic. I'm not saying that they're not loyal, but maybe our loyalty is to a fault. Maybe our patriotism is to a fault, and theirs don't go to the fault. Probably just loyal, but say, this is where it stops. This is where the book stops. And many of us have been trying and seeking better employment, namely me, yes, but we can't get it because every brother and sister, auntie and uncle come for it. Or it is presumed that if you're coming from overseas, you're more gifted, you're more talented, you're more knowledgeable, you're more wise. Huh? The audacity of that comment. The audacity of that comment. When many people have toiled, have done well, and they have the abilities, they have the skills, they have the knowledge and the wisdom, the aptitude to even learn. Because whomever you're taking still has to learn what the job entails, nevertheless. They won't go in today and just know it by tomorrow. They may have an idea. Even the medical doctor who is trained on his first day after internship, it's no, oh my God, I got to sink or swim situation. I agree with Minister Robinson. Look within. There are people here. See me here? I'm one. I'm one. There are other people who are. There are others. Trust me, they are here. If you look, Elijah said, Lord, it's basically, I'm using back that same scripture. I don't think he was the one who necessarily said that one. The godly man ceaseth. There's no godly prophet here anymore. God said, come here, Elijah. While you're there, panic and crying up because Jezebel after you. Me about 70 of them out there praying and talking to me and doing my will. What you saying? The enemy has blinded your eyes, basically. No, they're here. So similarly, I'm using that analogy to say this highly skilled professionals are here. Talented people have good work ethic, integrity, filled with integrity. Not perfect human beings, but doing the right thing, morally upright, ethical, punctual, not tardy, well kept and is kempt, So I wish you would just believe in your people, government officials. I wish you would just give your people a chance. Believe in your people. Let me tell you something. Other countries not just importing people like that. When they're importing them is maybe for the lower end position, not for the top positions. They're looking at their people first. They're looking within. Look within before you look without. Paul says, help the household of faith first. Help your Jamaican people first. There's skilled people here. And all are we gone. Some are we there. Mid-day. I may need better pay. Maybe been crying out for that. I went back to school to get it. Because I want to tell me that when me young, if you go back to school, go back. I'm talking about from prep to high school to tertiary. So we're here. So you can look within. You don't have to look without. This is not without, is a word. You don't have to look outside. We are here, sirs, madams. We are here. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying sometimes to get certain expertise, we may not necessarily have the training based on the technological not advancement because, low wage, low tech, low growth. That's what we're suffering right now in Jamaica. Don't get me wrong. So you may have to call on a one or two expert overseas. But for the most part, some of us are still here. So if you need a particular position to be filled, knock on the door, no man. I'm going to see what we can do here talk. Make sure the money right. Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube.